I want to talk about the importance of the people you share yourself with and your time with. I want to talk a little bit, not get too far out there, about energy that we put out there and absorb and how we affect each other. I feel pretty strongly in sharing this. I feel like I have something to say about it because I have experience in it, and I'm sure a lot of you out there do. I think we all do as human beings. But have you ever been around a person and man, they're just so negative, and the things they talk about is negative, and maybe you're feeling good and you talk to them and you talk to them about feeling good or good things, and it just doesn't really resonate with them, and or they don't really acknowledge it, or maybe they try to change the subject by talking about more negative things. And man, that's a sticky situation to be in, because what do? Do you take the time to listen, and do you respond back to what they're saying? Are they is it circumstantial, or have they just been through a situation and it's put them there? Or really, I'm talking about people who are perpetually in this state of either constant negativity or positivity. So, I mean, there's some grace there. Obviously, if they've gone through a rough patch, there's going to be negativity, and there's going to be things to hash out and go through and talk about and feel and what have you. But if they're constantly feeding off of negativity, putting negativity out there, is that really somebody you want to be around? Is that somebody that you want to give your time to? You have to be really careful about. It's sad to say, but I know it to be true. You really have to be careful about being vulnerable and opening yourself up and laying it out there and talking about positive things to a negative person, because if they're stuck there and want to stay stuck there, they're going to take you down too. They're going to try to bring you into that too. They may not even know they're doing it. Maybe they do. Maybe they do it because they feel like crap and they don't want you to feel good. They don't want other people to feel good. Maybe they want you to feel sorry for them. Maybe they don't know they're doing it. Maybe they've done it so long that they believe that's who they are. Maybe they don't know how to be any other way. Maybe they feel good by feeling bad. All kinds of scenarios, And I've met all kinds of people that have been in that place. I could say, even for myself, I know there's been times when, I was the negative person. I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good about my life or situation. And, we're being honest here, I'm being authentic here, would be envious or jealous or feel bad that somebody else felt good or something good happened to them, or they're sharing it with me and it's triggering me, and that'll never be me. I'll never feel that good. I'm being honest here. I'm not just talking about others. I'm talking about me. I'm very fascinated with the human behavior. I've been on kind of this quest over the past 5 years of introspection and research and studying, us as who we are in this life, who we think we are, or what's going on. I don't know. I'll never know it all. I don't ever want to know it all. I'll never have it figured out. I don't want to have it figured out. I do want to continue to grow and to learn and to question, make changes accordingly, be the best version of myself I can in time, have grace for that. So I started off with the negative, the negative side of things. But then there's the positive, and have you ever had positive people in your life? People who talk about good, people who can see the good in things. And I'm not talking about toxic positivity, where they're always good and everything's good and grand and, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're in the presence, when you have a conversation with them, it fulfills you, it fills you, it lifts you, uplifts you, it makes you feel better, and it inspires you to want to do the same, not just for them, but to the next one and the next one. And this is like an energy connection between people. Do you want the positive or do you want the negative? Do you want to be the positive or do you want to be the negative? So I found that for me, it's really important for me in my life. And when I say for me, I can only speak for me, but I want to share it in hopes that it, might resonate with somebody and it might help you. But I find that the people that I've been around, whether it be friends, acquaintances, colleagues, partners, family, teachers, the influencers in our lives, the people we're connected to, I can tell a noticeable difference in myself by the person that I spend my time with the most or frequently, or people, not just person, but people. And, when it comes to friends and acquaintances, colleagues, we have a lot more give there, as far as we have an easier option to distance ourselves from those kinds of people. We don't have that blood connection, like a family, parents, siblings, what have you. We have an easier time being able to make that choice without offending someone else. Yeah, maybe they're going to be offended or blow you off or ignore you or whatever, talk about you, whatever the scenario is, and let them do it, because, just go on and you're not around that. But, when it's a partner or when it's family members, that can be difficult, because, you want to have a good connection. You want to have a good positive energy transfer. Like I said, circumstances is going to make, moods change. Something bad happens. Yeah, you're going to feel that. We're going to feel that. But we're hopefully not going to stay stuck in that. So if it's a partner or if it's a family member, and if unfortunately they are stuck in that, what do you do? If you want to be open and sharing and, maybe even, you are an empathic person and you want them to feel better. You want them to be better. You see the good in them, We can go all down into codependency and all of this stuff. That will be for other videos, I'm sure. But it can be really hard and heartbreaking to have to protect yourself from that. You want a closeness, but you also know that when you open yourself up to somebody who has just such negative energy, it's going to affect you. It's you're gonna how do I explain this? Negative feeds negative, positive feeds positive. And no matter if you are in a relationship or, you know, if you have a family member who dwells in that negative place, it's not your responsibility to fix it. It's not your responsibility to change them. You can't do it for them. You can't save them. And you really have to protect yourself. You just do. And that's not easy when you want to be close and you want to have good in your life and you want to have that for somebody else. Well, that person's going to have to get there. You can help them by being an example. You know, you can help them by being supportive, but supportive in positive ways, okay? Like I said earlier, maybe a negative person dwells in negativity because that's what they feed off of. Well, let them feed off of that. And don't feed into it. Even if it is some sick way of them feeling good. Don't put that out there. Don't give that back. You know? Change the subject. Point out some good. And this is something that I'm trying to work at, trying to get better at. Don't take it on. Don't take their negativity on. If you want to share yourself, if you want to share good news, if you want to share good things, and they're questioning you or doubting you or changing the subject to talk about something negative, come to the realization that that is them and this is you. And it's okay to feel good. It's okay to express that. It's okay to share that. And not everybody's going to agree with that. Not everybody's going to feel good like you feel good about whatever the good is. So don't stop, don't stop. I know in my life, time and time again, I put myself out there with people and, it can be even the slightest ways. The other person's response in their voice, in their face, what they say, even in the smallest way, it would be a questioning, it would be a doubt, it would be a negative outlook, a negative spin on what could be something good. And I would let that stop me. I have several examples, but I'm not going to share them necessarily at this time, but I let that stop my motivation and I let it affect my own self thoughts, my ideas, my worth, my dreams, my aspirations. And in them, it either comes from, like I said, their own suffering. It could be envy. More than likely, it's their own insecurity. It could be that you are trying to do something or feel something that they don't have the ability to, or they don't have the strength to, or the vulnerability to. You know, so why should you? So, you know, don't stop putting the good out there, you know, and don't let others' doubts become your own. I think I talked about that in a couple of videos previous to this. I know that I did. So, we don't always get to choose who's in our life. Positive, negative. But we can choose how we navigate with these people, with ourselves, positive, negative. We have a choice to stay there or a choice to move forward. And if you find yourself in situations or in life where, you know, these are my people, these are my this is my circle of people, but man, I just, you know, I'm not left feeling good when I'm around them, or I'm not left feeling good after my interaction with them. Well, maybe it's time to look around and no. I got a cat here. Golly. Maybe it's time to look around and find some different people. Maybe start surrounding yourself with people who are positive and hopeful and you know, angry or sad or complaining all the time, or people who, when you share yourself, they are encouraging and they're supportive and you know, they non-judgmental, you know, what have you. Go on and on, you know me. Anyway, so how our energy affects each other, positive and negative. And we can choose for ourselves, you know, what we want to put out there. And we can choose who we're around for the most part and what we take on and absorb from them. So, you know, at times it's not easy, and always will have, you know, be in situations where we're around people like that. But I've found times in my life that, gosh, you know, I really seem to be better and feel better when I'm around positive people, and just the opposite when I'm not. And I certainly don't want to be that person that makes that person feel like, man, every time I'm around her, she's just complaining and angry or sad, and you know, doesn't seem to really give back in a positive, energetic kind of way. So, always learning, always growing, continue to. I'll even healthy introspection and questioning. You know, could I do better? Could I be better? I'll never grow out of that. I'll never be stuck in my ways and say, well, this is the way it is, or this is the way it is because I've earned it or I've deserved it. No. I think life is about learning. And I never want to stop learning. I'll share what I learn with you, along with you. You share with me too.